long have you been standing there? Oh, God, can you just pretend you didn't see that? Oh, I'm sorry. Here's your sweater back. You just left it in class, and I guess it's probably no good trying to explain myself given what you just saw. I'm sure you think I'm really gross and weird now. Alright, well, I'll just be upfront then. Or I'll do my best. I was staying after class to help pick up the worksheets, and I noticed that you'd left your sweater on the chair, and at first I thought I could return it to you, but then I wondered what it smelled like. Oh, God, it sounds so creepy. Please don't tell anyone. I already get enough funny looks as it is. Again, I am really sorry. I should have known better. Should have resisted the urge. Why I did it? Well, don't you think it's obvious? Smell bad? No. I've never thought you smelled bad before. I wasn't trying to just see what it is about you that smelled so awful or anything like that. Don't be ridiculous. I just, never mind. Just forget you saw me here. Here's your sweater. I'll see you at lunch, okay? Or, rather, never mind. I don't look at you during lunch or anything. Sorry. I'm just gonna go now. Why not? You don't want me to leave? You can't just come up with your own explanation and leave me to be who I always am. Sitting in the corner of the classroom and reading books and just being ignored. Do I want to be ignored? That's a complicated question. I don't think a lot of the time we actually get to choose who we end up being and how other people see us. Like, you're pretty normal, I'd say. At least to other people. I mean, to me too. Yeah, you're totally normal. Sorry. I'm trying really hard not to be rude and creepy. What I was trying to say was, you're a normal person. People see you and they think normal. They don't stare. They don't laugh. But with me, either people like to pretend that I don't exist, or they give me funny looks. They talk behind my back thinking I won't hear them, or maybe they just don't care that I can. And they say nasty things about the fact that I look so plain and boring. and that I never talk to anyone, and that I get flustered by just any person getting near me, and I'm clumsy and I drop things all the time. And I read so much, even during class, and space out. I know that people refer to me as a space cadet, and I try not to let it get to me too much. But between that and being treated like I'm invisible, I guess I do prefer to be ignored. But if I had the choice of getting to be anyone, I'd want to be normal, just like you. So I guess maybe it sounds silly, but I started paying attention to you because you're normal. People don't seem to treat you weirdly. You have friends. You're nice. You're clever, but you're not, one of those kinds of kids. You're helpful, but you're still normal. So, I guess at first, I just thought you were everything I wanted to be. And then, the more I watched and the more I paid attention, I noticed all the little things about you that... Never mind. Really, I should just go. You really want me to keep talking? This is humiliating. You're not gonna just laugh at me, right? I mean, knowing you, I can't imagine you would, but with how pathetic I am, I make everyone laugh. What's wrong with me? You're still here? I figured you'd eventually give up and just leave, but you're really stubborn. I should have guessed, at least, that you'd want to hear me out entirely. Okay. Let me just take a second to gather myself, and I never thought this day would come. Alright, so every day I would just kind of look at you and pay attention to what you're doing and the people you're talking to and what you'd say and your different facial expressions, the outfits you wore, the things you kept in your bag. All of it became almost a hobby for me to keep track of. And that's when I noticed how thoughtful you are. How you always lend people things and you don't even ask for them back. How you're smart and you know when people are just being, trying to use you for something. How you don't let people walk all over you. And I went from wishing I could be more like you to wishing you'd be interested in me. That you'd want to talk to me and make me one of your friends. Every day I thought to myself, if only something would happen where we just suddenly had to talk to each other. spend time together, just out of the blue. Because I couldn't even fathom going up and talking to you myself. And deep down I knew that no one, not even you, would approach me on purpose. Unless it was to point and laugh. But I knew you weren't really that kind of person. So, yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I really like you. I mean, like in a totally normal way. Like friendly. I'd like to spend time with you, and I feel so selfish for saying it. Like the only reason I want you to pay attention to me is because no one else ever does. And because you're just so nice, I feel like I'm almost owed your attention, but I know that's not true. And now that you've seen me doing something so embarrassing, nothing gets past you, huh? I still haven't told you why I smelled your sweater. I'm always far away from you when I'm watching you. We don't sit near each other. We don't spend time together at all, in proximity at least. And though I know the sound of your voice and the way you look, I don't know what it is. I was just interested in every aspect of you, even if that included wanting to smell you. I wanted to know what you smelled like, and as soon as I breathed in, I felt at peace. I told myself that it was like you hugging me, and that made me really happy. And I kept wanting to smell more. You smell nice. It's a normal smell. It's nothing intense or gross or overly standoutish, I guess, but just every little thing combined, it's unique. And being near you now, I can still kind of smell it. I'm not making this any better for myself, am I? What? What do you mean, it's only fair? You want to smell me now? Maybe you're right. It would make me feel a little less embarrassed. And you genuinely don't seem upset, so... Alright. I'll, let you smell me. I never thought I'd say that to anyone. That was, really nerve-wracking for some reason. I worried about if I didn't wash enough when I showered, or if I'd been sweating enough, or too much, rather. You're really not just saying that? You like how I smell? This is so silly. Just two classmates smelling each other. I guess this is kind of the first time we've officially met. So I'm glad. I'm glad to finally meet you and talk to you. Even if I'm so scared I could crawl out of my skin, I'm still happy. I may not have the confidence to come up to you on my own, but this feels like an achievement for me somehow. So maybe I'm being silly by asking this, but are you able to consider maybe, potentially... Never mind. What? Are you asking me that for real? I, just, You want to take me on a date? Really? Even after all the weird stuff I said and did? You'd really give me that kind of opportunity? I don't know if I deserve that. I'd probably be a rotten person to take on a date anyway. I'd just sit there and be quiet and not know what to say and not be able to make eye contact. And my hands would be so sweaty. You want to take me anyway? I don't really know what to say. I'm nervous. Are you doing this for a prank? Are you gonna laugh at me as soon as I say yes? No, you wouldn't do that. You'd never be that kind of person. Okay, here it goes, I guess. I would love to go on a date with you. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll give you my cell number, and I guess you can give me yours too? It's definitely a little easier for me to talk over text than in person. But I do want to get better at it. So we should definitely talk a lot. If that's okay with you, I mean. Yeah, I guess you're right. You did just ask me on a date after all. So I wasn't wrong in thinking it was totally obvious I had a crush on you. Were you just messing with me? Before, I mean, when you said that I would have been smelling your sweater because you smell bad. Were you teasing me? Or was it just a joke? Really? You were nervous? I can't believe I'd make someone else nervous, too. I don't think I've ever been this excited for anything. Well, I hope this is okay for me to ask, but would you like to eat lunch together? Really? Okay. Then, I have another question. Could I maybe borrow your sweater? Thank you. I hope it's not super creepy. That I want it, I mean. Well then, I guess let's go. Now that I have your sweater on me, every time I breathe in I can smell you. It is like a constant hug. Thank you so much. Huh? I'm really hugging you right now. You're so warm, and you smell so nice. I really like you. I do. Thank you for giving me a chance. Alright, let's go eat lunch now, okay? If you don't stop hugging me soon, I think I'm gonna just melt into a little puddle on the ground of embarrassment.